Hi everybody, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV. Well, with Christmas just 2 days away, hopefully beef is what's for Christmas dinner and you've got a prime rib in the freezer ready to go. You know, earlier this month at the Montana Stock Growers Convention, I caught up with Greg Haynes, CEO of the Cattlemen's Beef Board, to talk a little bit about the beef checkoff. And Greg said the checkoff is really one of the best tools producers have to communicate accurate information to consumers.
This is a self-help program that the industry put together. You know, sometimes producers, I think, feel like this was, a government thing that was mandated or something, but it's not. The industry got together and they said, hey, we're seeing a decline in beef consumption. We have a lot of competition from other proteins. How can we work to keep beef center of plate? It's really the only tool that our industry has to do the things that we're doing, like just this research on general nutrition, safety, even environmental, all these different things probably would not be getting done unless the industry did it themselves. Who else is going to be promoting beef out there, like we do? And so this is an essential program, I think, really for the industry to drive that demand and keep the product center of plate.
As we think of that $1 per head investment producers make into the checkoff, Greg said cattlemen are getting a great return.
So every 5 years we do a return on investment study, and we've used Dr. Harry Kaiser from Cornell University. We sell about 3 billion pounds per year more of beef just because of the checkoff. And that brings back a return of about $13.41 to the industry. And that's not like, people say like, well, I put in $1, where's my $13.41? It doesn't work quite like that, but it's like, the impact that we're able to do with the promotion and the marketing and the research brings that $13 back to the producers. And we've seen too that what that does is it has a direct impact on steer prices. So if you're selling steers out there, 8% increase because of the checkoff. So look at your steer price. If you made more than $1, that 8% is more than $1, then you're already winning that back. So I think it's shown that the checkoff really does have a tangible impact for the producers out there.
It is a heavy lift for the Cattlemen's Beef Board to get the most they can out of that dollar, because since the checkoff was started back in 1985, the value of the dollar has come down dramatically, and the number of cattle in the U.S. is down about 25 million head.
This money that we have now, was $1 a head 40 years ago. It's still $1 a head now. If you look at that value of the dollar, $1 in 1985 is only worth about 32 cents now. So the impact that we're able to do as an industry is challenged, I would just say. We have to be very, very careful that we're using every dollar, as judiciously as possible to make sure we're getting that biggest bang for our buck. We're able to achieve what we do, counter the the negative sentiments that are out there towards beef, and show, look, this is a super safe, a super delicious, super nutritious, good for you, good for the planet, raised by families product. And I think we're seeing that. If you look at the demand for our product now, despite what some people in government might have said that beef prices are too high, this is real demand that we're seeing. So prices are high, but consumers keep wanting to pay for that. They're not complaining about the beef price. I think consumers think it's very reasonable for what they're getting, for the taste, the quality, nutrition, all of that. They're willing to pay that. And that is really what demand's about, and that's what the checkoff is really focused on, is building that demand.
So the Cattlemen's Beef Board has had to change how they invest that dollar. It's not the 1990s anymore with the Robert Mitchum beef is what's for dinner ads airing during football games on Sundays. Today, the Cattlemen's Beef Board is much more targeted to reach consumers.
We can be much more specific, so we can focus on who our target audience is, whether that's moms who are making dining decisions in these big cities, and hit them up on social media and everything with specific ads targeting them, so they're getting that and making those buying decisions. So that's very efficient for our dollars and getting that impact back. But on the flip side, the producers who are paying into it are often like, well, I don't see anything that's happening, so they think the checkoff's not doing anything, which is far from the truth. But we know, as producers, you're probably eating beef, so we don't need to advertise to you, so you're not going to see those. But yeah, just the ability to do that has really helped. I think just that targeting has really helped the efficiency of the marketing that we're able to do.
Just for nostalgia's sake, though, we're going to close out today's report with one of those classic beef commercials. Take care.
Nothing satisfies so many people in so many different ways. Beef, it's what's for dinner.